guys? It's me, Doc, and Ragin all here coming at you guys. And we got a fun one here today. We got the AFC North, the hood of the NFL, they say. So, yeah, get into it.
AFC North has a ton of talent, a ton of talented teams. We have the Super Bowl representative Bengals, and then you've got the Ravens with, recent cover gracer, Lamar Jackson, and then you got Cleveland, arguably the most stacked team in the league, and then you got the Steelers, another team with a lot of high-end talent. I mean, this was a division where people were requesting all four of these teams in their list. So definitely hotly, people wanted these teams, but I mean, as we break down these teams, Doc, who do you want to, kind of put at the top? I think it's advantageous to just kind of start with who you think is like maybe the strongest roster of the four.
Starting at the top, I can guarantee you guys are going to disagree with this, but with the logic being behind it is they were just in the Super Bowl. Until you lose that division, it is yours to keep. I'm going with the Bengals at the top of this division.
Yeah, sure. I mean the Bengals have a lot of talent. Certainly they get the boost from being in the Super Bowl. I remember the year after my Falcons were in the Super Bowl, it was really fun to pop in and see all these players that were kind of lower, all of a sudden getting massive boosts. And the Bengals are no different. Their wide receiver group is a bunch of high 80s players, and then they've got really strong running back and Mixon and quarterback with Mr. Burrow. Some people may not, he may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I mean, he has a lot of upside to be a really quick superstar, maybe X-Factor quarterback to dev in this league. And at defense, they have a lot of pieces that you can like for sure. Definitely an interesting squad. I mean, whoever takes control of this team, I mean, if they're a talented enough player, they could contend right away, in my opinion.
Reed, they kept Jesse Bates, got in some O-line, which was the biggest concern that they had. They have a top 3 quarterback in the NFL in Joe Burrow, and I just find it hard for whoever is going to have this team to not be successful. You're going to have to actively try to be bad to not be successful with this team.
Hold up. Yeah. You just called Joe Burrow the top 2 quarterback in the NFL. Please name who the quarterbacks better than Joe Burrow?
Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers.
How about Josh Allen with Mars? I guess Justin Herbert does too. Anyways, back to the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like with this Bengals team. I personally wouldn't put them at the top. I think I'll go with this next team, and we'll have a stinky. What's it called?
I think we all know who's truly the best team in this division is, and that's easily the boys from Baltimore Ravens.
All right, we got the homer in the chat.
Ragin was agreeing with that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I actually wasn't. So let's let him introduce Baltimore, and then I'll say what I felt the top team was. We all disagree.
Whoa. Well, I think it's the Ravens. The Ravens, I personally think they got the best quarterback in the division. I think they got 2 of the best safeties in the division as well. They just went out and got Marcus Williams, and after that boy Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton is a stud, yo. I feel like he only really fell in the draft because of the 40 time, but other than that, I think he'll be great. They got the center Lindenbaum to the draft. The only really bad thing about the Ravens is the wide receiver room. They got rid of Hollywood. That used to be a really big thing about the Ravens. They had a really fast receiver, so losing Hollywood sucks. But I think the rest of the team around them is really good. You got Marlon Humphrey, obviously, J.K. Dobbins, Ronnie Stanley, Mark Andrews. And
there's a bit of backfield controversy of who's going to be the starting running back, J.K. or Lamar.
Oh my God, you're fucking hilarious, dog.
I see what you're saying. I know that you are a Baltimore fan, so it's fun to hype them up. They were obviously a team that I really like this year. Somebody that I think would be really fun to play as, and certainly a team you can compete with right away because they do have that cheat code, so to speak. One of the fastest players in the game, and he just so happens to play the quarterback position. That's a pretty rare pairing. I like the team a lot. Like you said, that rookie, I think that safety is probably going to be a superstar in this game, which is really nice way to start. So yeah, you got Doc with the Bengals, kind of introducing them, feeling like they're a really strong team to start out with. I think anybody starting with the Bengals could contend right away if they're the right user, and I think the same is true for the Ravens. But my number one pick in this division, I think the Browns are the strongest team in this division. They have such a stacked roster, in my opinion. You know, they go get the sexual offender of Deshaun Watson. You know, in real life, he may not play for 6 games, and he may indeed, you know, have a lot of distraction. He may find it hard to concentrate. But in Madden, you know, we all know, I mean, without all of his sexual allegations, he's probably a superstar, if not an X-Factor quarterback in this game. And if the right user takes control of this team, they're going to have an extremely talented quarterback, and if they dev him, he could be right back there in that tier. And then so you get that talented quarterback. They steal Amari Cooper from the Cowboys. They have this young Schwartz kid who can fly. You know, they have Njoku, who's this tight end that plays so strong in this game. Nick Chubb, arguably the best running back in the game with Derrick Henry. You know, you got a backup in Hunt who always gets swung for like a decent package. Maybe you keep him and have that two-headed monster if fatigue plays a role. The offensive line is stacked. They have, you know, 80 plus overall players at almost every position, it seems. And then you get Myles Garrett. You know, when you search, you know, player ratings on the website, the only way we can really know what's going on in this game, you got Myles Garrett, like I think right at the top, and a 99 pass rusher. You know, the defense has been revamped in this game. Myles Garrett, there's really no one better that does it. You know, like arguably maybe TJ Watt or some of these guys, but Myles Garrett in this game is the cream of the crop. And then you have Jadeveon Clowney. You have this Kuwasu Oramoa, whatever his name is, linebacker. He's like 89 speed, quickly becomes a real force. At cornerback, you got Ward, you got Greedy, you got the other guy, Newsome. And at safety is probably maybe one of their weakest parts in the team, and it still has some nice players, especially if you're like Doc and you don't mind the 85 speed safety types. I think they still have John Johnson or something.
John Johnson.
So I mean, in real life, he's a real force. In Madden, he's sometimes somebody people don't like, but some people really do. And in this game, I think intuitiveness of awareness and coverage ability overall is going to be better, because as pass rush improves, those players who didn't used to have the speed to keep up are going to be, I think, more effective. And so, I mean, they're going to have Myles Garrett up front with Clowney, and I think this team is just going to be super hard to play against. And I think that if they have the right user, look out. I mean, you could contend right away. You could contend every year for the next 5 to 7 seasons, because a lot of this talent is, you know, 25, 26, even younger. They could play well into their, you know, early 30s and be X-Factor superstar types.
Agreed. And I think with us all disagreeing just shows a testament to how stacked this division actually is.
Right, exactly. I agree.
It does. But also with the Browns, for me, the reason I didn't see the Browns as number one, obviously the safeties kind of suck, but they also are missing their first round and second round picks for the next 2 years. And also Deshaun Watson is here. He's not as good, like, in real life, he's like on the same level of like Lamar and Burrow, but in game, he's gonna probably start off as a star, maybe high 70s, probably in like the 80s, low like
he's like an 84.
Yeah, so around like an 84, he'll be like 84 star dev. Burrow and Lamar will be like definitely at least superstars. Burrow will probably, if I had to guess, will probably make Lamar X Factor, Burrow superstar. But Burrow's higher rated, so I don't know. But so like I think the quarterback played a big part, and then also them not having the picks. I think that's the only real, and the safety. That's the only real downside of the Browns. But other than that, you're right. It's a very good roster.
Well, what's fascinating is the Steelers, who are last now. They are a very desirable team. A lot of people were interested in having the Steelers, and you know that running game, that you know the defense that they have. They're not an undesirable team at all. They just happen to maybe be the weakest team of the stacked division.
Yeah, they're actually pretty nice. They got Najee Harris. They got their picks as well. They got Minka Fitzpatrick, who I think just got into a new deal. T.J. Watt, reigning Defensive Player of the Year. Cameron Hayward,
Defensive Player of the Year.
Bro, you're on crack. Anyways, Deonta Johnson, Chase Claypool. They got the rookie Kenny Pickett. Oh yeah, George Pickens. Kenny Pickett's interesting because he's a rookie, but they dropped the quarterback ratings, and he didn't look too good. I'm not gonna lie.
Madden historically figures out they have their own scouting team, and they're super stubborn. So similarly, what you see with Malik Willis, I think he has a higher overall than Pickett, even though he dropped to like the end of the 3rd round or 4th round, maybe even. And it's like, when you have players drop and you're that stubborn saying, no, they're great, they're better, and then you have a player go in the 1st round and you don't care about what the professionals think, you just care about what your Madden people think, it's kind of silly at that point. They do that quite a bit. You'll see somebody drop and they say, this is a steal, and then lo and behold, fast forward 4 years and that player sucks. I think it's possible we could see Kenny Pickett have a Joe Burrow type of impact on this team. When he came onto the team, he obviously got injured, but maybe more akin to a Matt Ryan, entering the scene for the Falcons, back in the day. He really elevated the team, and that's something that the Steelers have needed. They had Mason Rudolph. I don't even know who else rest in peace. I guess Dwayne Haskins had some upside. Who was the other you said?
Devin Hodges.
Yeah, they had nothing. They had nothing at quarterback, and really with this defense, now with this running back, with these wide receivers, Deonta Johnson got a bump up to superstar. Claypool looks like he can become like a real force. He's got the size and some speed, and they have a lot you like. But quarterback, whoever gets this team needs to develop the quarterback position into something, and Pickett, to all his faults, maybe, that the EA people think, can still develop into something really useful for this team.
He was taken in the 1st round, so maybe there's still a chance he start. And if he start, very good basis.
He's the only rookie QB with a dev.
Okay, yeah, that's a great start. But overall, as long as I'd much rather have a 68 or a 67 star than like a 72 or like a 70 overall normal.
Yeah,
that's good.
No, I agree. It gives them a leg up, but it's a great division. And I guess we're gonna now move into.
I think you definitely forgot the most important part of that team, though. The Nickelodeon MVP, Mitch Trubisky.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. Actually,
oh my God.
there's a little bit of upside with Trubisky, isn't there?
Yeah, he's young. He's one of the few winners of the Nickelodeon MVP award. He's fast. He has enough throw power. And he's not with Matt Nagy anymore, so.
Honestly, he's a dark horse. The Bills valued him very highly, and when he played for the Bills, he looked like a player who was ready to maybe make a Tannehill-like leap from trash situation, trash output, to maybe being able to be something in this league, maybe go to the playoffs and such, and he's on the right team to do it. So you're exactly right. We did forget about Trubisky, and he has those measurables to be an impact player if he can put it together. And in Madden, it really is all about measurables. Who are we kidding? The will, the drive, their pixels, and if you put them in the training thing, their XP goes up.
Although, if we're being honest, however, I think it's pretty safe to say Mitchell Trubisky's days in the MKL, I don't think they're going to be very. I think they're numbered. I don't think they're going to last very. I don't think anybody will be. I don't think he'll be very sought after.
You never know. I mean, we've seen some players make heyday, such as Easton Stick is one of the ones that comes to mind for me, that came out of nowhere to make a mark in the MKL, or a smaller mark, but a mark nonetheless. So Mitchell Trubisky could easily, I think, do something like that in the hands of the right coach.
I feel like the thing with that tends to be, though, is the coaches usually they go for young guys. The young guys are that have been developed, like Josh Rosen, Cole McDonald, Jacob Eason. Those guys got developed at 22, 21 though, 23. Those guys were Trubisky might be 25, 26, man. I think
he's 26. That. Yeah, 20. He might be 26
yeah,
now.
I think Trubisky's something. I don't think anything's gonna finish Trubisky. I think it's Kenny Pickett's job Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, we're gonna figure it out here. We're gonna move on to the team reveal portion where we actually reveal what 4 lucky coaches got these teams, and we'll certainly see if the Pittsburgh coach is interested in moving forward with Trubisky. So this has been Doc, Ragin, and Stinky, and we're gonna move on to team reveals.
Fuck the Steelers.
What's up, everyone? It is Ragin and Doc with the Glock here, back again with Fly Guy Promotions here in the booth. How are you doing, Fly?
Doing all right.
All right, so I'll let Ragin start things off. I know you guys have a little bit of history in previous leagues together.
Yes. So we've Subi and I have been in leagues prior for years, actually, and it's fun to get him in here with some of his family members and friends coming in to the MKL. So Fly Guy, you may have seen MKL has it's a little extra. We're interviewing, team revealing, doing videos, whatever, but we try to just make an environment that people have a lot of fun in, apart from just scheduling and playing games. Hopefully that appeals to you. And but as far as your team goes, obviously there's 32 teams in the league. You probably don't even know what teams have already been released in videos, but tell us a little bit about what team you hope you got.
Hey, I'm tighten up all the way.
Tighten up all the way. I do remember that. You were often the Titans, and I think you and Cam might have wanted the same team at times with that regards to that because
you're my arch enemy.
Yeah, your arch enemy, yes sir. So well, Cam's not here. He decided not to come over. But as far as this league in the MKL, Fly Guy, you are going to be taking the coaching reins of the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh yeah, I can roll with that.
You can roll with that.
Let's go.
All right, that's right. Lamar Jackson will be your quarterback. And tell us a little bit about this reaction. Like how do you feel about getting the Ravens?
I'm good because Lamar, and then on top of that, I'm a big Buckeye fan. So we got JK in the backfield.
That's right. And so historically, this league sometimes kind of shits on running backs, but in my league, running backs were utilized, and so I think Fly Guy coming in, he'll definitely make good use of, like you said, J.K. Dobbins, very talented back that can develop into something special. So how about the rest of the roster? Obviously, they got rid of Hollywood Brown. Are there any holes on this team you're going to look to fill, or are you feeling like you're pretty happy with the roster overall?
Overall, it's something I can start out working with. As long as I got it with me, a good quarterback and a running back, and we'll make do with everybody else. I might try to find me a receiver somewhere out there.
Sure.
So, question I have: who are you willing to give up for a receiver, or give up personnel-wise, or even picks?
I can do picks.
Yeah. So Fly Guy's kind of interested in maybe sending some picks to get some help now. To maybe bolster the receiver group. Obviously, you have an amazing tight end. Mark Andrews given maybe an X factor this year, not just superstar. So definitely an exciting talent at tight end who can help take some pressure off your running game and your quarterback. On the defensive side of the ball, you got Marlon Humphrey, new rookie safety who's probably a superstar. His hype was pretty high through the roof, and you drafted him.
Hamilton.
Yeah, is it Hamilton? Yeah, Kyle Hamilton, and then you stole right, and then you stole the safety from the Saints, who's also a pretty studly safety. Marcus Williams, fast guys at the pass rush, really exciting team. Do you feel like you can compete right away for playoffs in this tough division? Obviously, you got a Bengals team that just went to the Super Bowl, a Browns team that just added Watson to a super talented roster, and then you got another team, Steelers, that is looking to try to make a leap here as well, kind of stacking up on talent. How do you feel your expectations are for yourself in this league? You feel like playoffs every year, you want to say something, kind of authoritative, like this is your division, or do you feel like Super Bowl or bust in year one with Lamar Jackson? Like, what are your feelings as far as building this team or your expectations going forward?
I'm just saying they got a playoff team. I'm shooting for the playoffs every year.
Awesome.
It's gonna be tough, but with my ego, I'm gonna push myself there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know that you've won some big games in Madden, and certainly the MKL will offer you some more big game chances to win. And when you look at this game, it's a new game. So this is a game that none of us have mastered yet. It's obviously not out. We don't know just how good everybody's going to be. You know, people in the past, sometimes their game doesn't carry over to the next game. Sometimes they're like, whoa, they changed so much. And, you know, this might be Fly Guy's chance to really strike gold and really click with this new game. And it sounds like you're aiming for playoffs. And that's pretty awesome. Obviously, you know pretty much nobody here, but we're happy to get to know you. I mean, you know, like what, 5 of us or something? Hunter, myself, and Business, and Drizzy, and then Nico. So we know we have some guys coming over here from Ice Up, and that's exciting. Something that's fun just because of the history, and we know each other. So, well, awesome. Do you, Doc? You got any more questions for him?
Is there anyone you'd like to call out and let them know that you're here to win games and win Super Bowls?
Everybody.
I love it. I love it.
And I'm coming after that rushing title.
All right.
I won it a couple times with Derrick Henry. Everybody hated me, but hey.
Hey, no, I love it. Yeah, definitely. So some runners being added to the league. I love to see it. Evidently, this is a game where running is more and more easier, or not easier, but like it's a game where running is much more possible than maybe in previous Maddens. They kind of added it back to the game as something that is utilized maybe more effectively, and so it'll be awesome to see what you do with this Ravens team, and I definitely look forward to it. Sounds like he's coming for the whole league. I love to hear it, and welcome to the league. The MKL welcomes you, and I wish you the best of luck here in the MKL.
Appreciate it, fellas.
All right, so this has been Fly Guy, new head coach of the Baltimore Ravens, interviewed by Doc and Ragin. We'll see you.
See.
What is up, everyone? It is Doc and Ragin back again, doing another team reveal. Here we have Cole. How are you doing, Cole?
Great, how are you?
Doing fantastic. So, Ragin will do your team reveal, but what team do you think you possibly could have gotten?
If I had to guess, probably the Rams.
Okay.
That's what I would guess, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like that. You know, the Rams obviously just won a Super Bowl, and I definitely am happy to tell you. I mean, are the Rams like your top pick? Is that somebody who you really wanted?
Well, roster-wise, of course.
Sure.
You know, they're a great team. And, I mean, I think they fit my play style well, where I don't throw a bunch of deep passes, but take all the yards I can get.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to let you know you definitely got the Super Bowl losing Cincinnati Bengals.
That's great.
How do you feel about the Cincinnati Bengals? Sorry, I just like to play the little switcheroo there a little bit. I could kind of almost, say it and then not. Obviously, they lost the Super Bowl, but it's arguably the more talented roster in Madden with younger players throughout. How do you feel about this Bengals team?
I mean, I'm excited. The Bengals are also a great roster. They're much younger than the Rams, and they have more draft capital. So, I mean, I can't be mad at that at all.
I'm happy to hear that. It's really important to us to try to get teams to people, that they'll enjoy being, that they put on their list. Maybe I think you probably put them somewhere on your list.
I think I did.
Yeah, and so, I mean, this Bengals team, obviously you got Joe Burrow, probably a deserved superstar. We'll see if he gets it. I think he will. And then you got Mixon. You got everybody's going to hit you up for Mr. Chase. Jamar Chase. They may have lost a tight end. I think maybe they drafted another one or signed. No, did they get Hooper? I don't know.
I think Hayden Hurst, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly. I knew it was a Falcon. So yeah, it's Hayden Hurst. You guys picked up. He's fast. I think one of the years he was the fastest player in the NFL that they clocked on their new program for like a stretch of running. So, I mean, he has some wheels. They've been revamping their offensive line, which I think can be really good for you. But hey, just tell us a little bit about what excites you about this team. Like, I don't need to break it down. How do you feel?
Well, obviously, Joe Burrow, young quarterback, probably superstar. You got great receivers and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You got a great running back and Joe Mixon, and like as you said, they got the new O-line. They have a good defense too, some playmakers.
Yeah,
I got to work on corner probably, but a pretty good roster.
Most definitely. I think that maybe Eli Apple might still be around. I think he was somebody who helped them in their run to the Super Bowl. Maybe somebody who gets a bump this year. I'm interested to look. I know that Cookie was talking to me, telling me the Bengals are a team I should look at. You know, they're telling me how awesome they were. So certainly you have the approval of our recent leader Cookie with this Bengals team. Doc, you got any questions for Cole?
Yeah. How are we doing on time for you, Cole?
I can have a couple minutes. You could keep asking questions.
Okay.
I'm not in a rush.
Any future plans with this team? Like year one, what's the goal? And year one, who plan on trading to anyone? I know a lot of people don't like Joe Burrow because his throw power, which I think is just insane. So are you going to be keeping him? And then plans for year one?
Well, I mean, Joe Burrow, like as I said, I don't really throw many deep balls, so I almost prefer Joe Burrow, and I'm not great at diving quarterbacks. So I mean, trading wise, I'm probably gonna keep most of my guys. I know I won't be trading Jamar Chase at least, but I don't know. I mean, once again, adding defense probably, but offensive wise, probably gonna be the same guys.
Yeah.
Then year one, you're kind of in a stacked division as far as talent wise with the other three teams. Do you want to compete year one? Is that the goal for you? Try and win the division, aiming for a wild card spot. What's the goal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the goal. I mean, the division's great. The Steelers. I don't know the users obviously, but I'm gonna try to win. And I think my roster, the Bengals roster, is just as good as other teams.
Yeah,
in the division.
Yeah, I definitely want to apologize to you, though. I think when you first joined the MKL, maybe it was your first time, you actually took over a team that I had practically destroyed. I think that a big thing there is, like, are you looking to make a lot of trades, or are you looking to wheel and deal, or are you thinking you want to stick with them and see how the game plays first, or what are you thinking? Do you want to put anybody on the block right away?
Like I said, I'm probably going to see how the game plays out, but I'll probably keep most of my guys. I can't imagine trading almost anybody right now, but, I mean, maybe picks. I might trade my picks, but, it all depends on how competitive that division is.
Sure. Well, definitely, it's a competitive division in real life. Certainly it's a talented division, and soon here you'll be learning who else is in your division. So I definitely wish you the best of luck there. You got any more questions for him, Doc?
I think that's about it. Any statements you want to give out as kind of like a last hurrah?
Yeah, I got one thing to say. I'm going to leave. Who day? That's all I got to say.
Awesome. Yeah. So,
see you guys.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So, yeah, we had Cole in here, new coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Definitely a talented team. Just made a Super Bowl in real life. And this has been Doc and Ragin doing the interview. Thanks so much.
Perfect.
Hey, MKL. We are here with Doc, with the Glock, and Ragin.
Yo.
Yeah, there's Doc. And we are doing the team reveal for Spit. I believe he likes to be called here.
Yes, sir.
So Spit, we're happy to have you in the MKL for this year. And you do officially have a team. Do you happen to know what team you had?
Like the past season?
No. Sorry. That's a lousy question. Let's try that again. Okay. So do you happen to know what team you have this year?
I have no idea.
Phenomenal.
Do you want to take a guess?
I'm just gonna take a guess and say Cleveland Browns.
Okay. I like. Oh, say that again.
That's my guess.
Okay, very good. Doc, you want to do the honors? Let Spit know what team he's going to be rolling with.
No, so we are friends in real life, and you were my roommate. So I fought really hard for you to get these Browns because they were heavily requested, as they are probably one of the best teams to start off with in Madden. So unfortunately, you are the Browns.
Unfortunately?
Yes.
You mean fortunately, my man?
Rock on.
Just a prank?
No, you're literally the Cleveland Browns in this league.
Awesome. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
being from Ohio,
No, being
a
from
big thing.
Cleveland, Ohio. Let's make a correction there. I am from Cleveland, Ohio.
Being
I love
from
it.
Cleveland, Ohio, we tried to give as many people their teams that they are fans of in real life. So tried to do that for you a little bit. So starting off with how stacked this team is there any big plans for year one?
Really, I love where the team is right now, roster-wise. Yeah, I kind of just want to take the team to the bowl. I'm not really looking to, I'm big heavy with the young guys. I want to develop them, especially wide receivers like Donovan Peoples-Jones, under Amari Cooper and David Bell, the other rookie.
What about Anthony Schwartz?
He is, in my mind, he's going to end up being a little secret weapon.
Love it. Well, he's not much of a secret in Madden. If I hate to drop the news to you, but people are probably going to flood your inboxes to try to get Mr. Schwartz. I will say that I personally have an affection for your tight end. Is that somebody who you want to keep around, Njoku? I found that, when he's been on my team in the past, that guy has bowled over people and caught everything I threw his way.
Now, I do like him, although if this was the year prior and I had Austin Hooper, I would have no problem giving him away. I'm not saying that idea is out the window, but I'm definitely open to talks.
I've done quite a few of these interviews with Doc so far, which is my absolute pleasure, but I will say I might be stepping on his toes right here with this next question, because he does like to ask the creative, intelligent questions that maybe some might not think about. But how are you going to deal with the allegations against your quarterback? Currently,
That was a question I was going to ask.
Currently, he's looking at a 6-game suspension. Some felt like it may have should have been permanent or maybe all season long. A lot of anger towards these recent massage allegations. Are you looking to maybe remove that tension from your team? Are you looking to maybe try to get Watson out of town? Are you going to try to forgive him? Try to give him a redemption? Are you looking to try to say, hey man, you don't care about the allegations? Anybody that doesn't like your quarterback can take a hike. Like, what are your feelings with navigating this tricky situation?
And that's exactly it. We really, here at the Browns organization, we really do not care what everyone is saying. We rely heavy on the court system and take our information from there.
Yeah.
And from all these allegations. Keep in mind, they are allegations. They are not all 100% fact and played out the way as if it's portrayed. Keep in mind, we have settled all of the lawsuits.
Okay.
And after being tried in court, to be tried criminally, it failed.
That's true.
And with all these allegations, because keep in mind, I believe 24 to around their allegations, maybe even more.
I think it's bumped up into about 60.
Yeah. So, let's just say that if someone, let's just put us in a hypothetical situation. Let's say somebody came to you, and not just one person, I'm talking 60 people, and said that you sexually assaulted them. And they gave out all these vile, statements on what you did to them.
Yeah.
Don't you think that if that many people came out, that there would be enough evidence to at least criminally charge you to serve some sort of time?
I will say massages are a very private thing. Generally, you don't get those done with recordings. You don't get those done with anybody else privy. You kind of go in there and relax, and people do things in private for that. And so, unfortunately, it's generally a he said, she said thing when it comes to this sort of crime, it seems like. I know the Patriots owner had his own allegations. This Browns team, I know you're a fan, and I am jealous of all the talent they have, but, you got a defensive end who's wielded a man's own helmet and beat him over the head. You've got a running back that has kicked a woman in a hallway, and somehow the world has kind of moved past that. So there's certain things, how about that? How about Kareem Hunt? Hunt? Are you looking to, you obviously have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt on this team. Are you looking to maybe set Hunt free, maybe get some of that personality off the team? Or are you just going to roll with the fighters, roll with the, the energy, the emotional players you have on this roster?
Well, we want to pretty much roll with what we got, but at the same time, we also love new talent.
Mm-hmm.
And when our running back room is filled with so much talent right now, we have room to be able to give some away in hopes of bringing in more talent to areas where we are weak.
Yeah, you have a lot of talent on this roster, up and down the roster. Obviously, we've started at quarterback. We've moved on to running back. Mentioned one of your stud defensive ends, one of the highest rated players in the game, if not number one when you search the online ratings. Are there any players on this team that are definitely not going to be moved, or are there players on this team that you want to make the league known? This is somebody you're interested in moving?
So, that's kind of a sticky situation. Because
I like how you put that, because Watson's in a sticky situation. 61 sticky situation.
Is it 61 now?
Yes.
So, when I run my league, I like player development a lot. And I like ranking up all of our guys, getting to their highest potential. But then once they get there, I feel as if they're an amazing weapon, but I have no more room for them to grow, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm big on play development. So maybe down the road, I'm not 100% sure, but I might be open for trades with Mr. 99.
Right on.
Overall.
And so I do have a question. It sounds a little bit like you want Deshaun Watson to go on a little bit of a revenge tour. Is that true? Are you trying to put the league on notice, saying our team is top 5, our QB is top 3, and we don't care? He will massage our center's balls, your center's balls, the referee's balls, and no matter what it takes to win.
Yes, 100%. He will massage balls left and right.
Damn it. All right, well, let me just put this out here. So I like hypotheticals. So let's say, you're in a lot of leagues. Let's say you're in 60 leagues, okay? And let's say you do interviews with every single league. Let's just say this, okay? This is not real. This is just something we're saying. So every single league, you go to 60 different leagues because you can't find quite the league you like most. Most people would be in 1 or 2 leagues and call it that because it takes a lot. Maybe a league like MKL where there's a lot going on. So you're in 60 leagues. And in each individual interview booth, you just say you go on a profanity-laden tirade, just dissing the crap out of people, saying you're going to murder them and their whole family, and you know where they live. Okay, let's say none of those interviews come to light. Let's say none of them are recorded. Let's say that those interviews themselves have been lost. There was an internet outage, and somehow these things did not get stored. But then all 60 people independently in different police stations at different times filed an allegation against you, saying the exact same crime was committed. Would you feel like that would be something that would pin you? Even though they couldn't prove that you said that, but 60 people individually came out, not together, holding hands, in the profession of interviewers, and they came out and said these things about somebody. Let's say it's not even you, it's somebody else. Would you say that it's likely that person may have actually indeed done that?
Well, very, very complex question.
At that point, I just think they preying on Vinny's downfall.
Now, we talk about all these people. They're not coming together first, right? They're all...
No, exactly. They're all independent. Like, they all have gone and filed their own reports. And then, let's say maybe the last 30 have been piled on because they now have seen, the allegations have now come to light, and they've now seen it on the news, because obviously there was like 30 before people kind of got wind of this on the news. But once it got wind on the news, maybe it gave other people courage to come out against this person who's been interviewed. Let's not say it's you. Let's just say it's someone else. Would you feel like those allegations held some weight just because of how strange it is for a person to have that many claims against them that all mirror each other so closely? Show a pattern of behavior?
Well, my response to that with the suck on the roof.
hey, okay, back to the Browns. Let's get back on track. You know, we're going 11 minutes. Like, let's just say this team is stacked beyond belief. I like talking to you. I really want you to have success in this league. Let's say this is the year that we're all learning the game. You know, even some of the best players are not going to know just how good they are going into Madden 23, and maybe some of those best players will no longer be best players. Do you want to publicly guarantee right now that you are going to rule this division, that you are going to make the playoffs, that you're going to win a Super Bowl in year one? Like, is there any statement you want to make that, you know, this is your division, anything of that nature?
The only statement that I'll make right here is that we're in it to win it, and we're going to take over this division.
I love it. Doc.
I love it. You know, in one of the hardest divisions just to win because of pure talent. I love the confidence of this team. This team definitely has every position locked down besides maybe defensive tackle. But again, you have two very good edge rushers. I could definitely see a world where the Browns are champions.
And we got Perry and Winfrey, defensive tackle.
Yep.
He's mid.
Young player. He can grow. He can grow up. So, dude, I am stoked. Once again, I don't know what it is about me and Doc. We seem to get to do a lot of these interviews where maybe it's because we're doing the most, I think, at this point. But we get to talk to a lot of people who get their favorite teams. And I think that's really fun. That's what makes, this experience of doing this, online, league that's, connected. You can be all these different pieces so special when you get to take control of a team you really like, and especially your favorite team in real life. And I wish you the best of success, man. Obviously, Steelers, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, those are all four teams that people have been requesting. They're teams that people want, and for good reason. They're all quite talented. But maybe we'll see the Browns at the top for years to come. Maybe we'll see them hoisting a trophy right away. But it sounds like this division is going to belong to the Cleveland Browns, according to new head coach Spit. Congratulations, my man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
And it'll be nice. Play my game and wear my jerseys,
dude,
in honor of the Browns, and take home that dub.
Yes, sir.
Because your
yes,
wife
sir.
give you a massage in honor of Deshaun Watson.
Every single time.
Dude, yes. Massages and victories in the MKL. Well, this has been Spit, new head coach of the Cleveland Browns, and Doc and Ragin. We are done with this interview or reveal.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming
Hell
on.
yeah, Vinny.
No problem.
What is up? It is Ragin and Doc. I am Doc. Say hi, Ragin.
Hey, yeah, we're here. We're going to be doing a team reveal. Obviously,
And who we have with us is Astro.
Hello.
That's right. Astro, one of the top users last year, giving our recent champion Steady a run for his money. And he knows what team he has. Some people that's how we, put this league together. Sometimes when you're trying to get people into the league, they kind of already know. So, Astro, you want to let the league know what team you're going to be coaching this year?
Man, I'm going to be coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers, the greatest franchise in NFL history.
Are you
excited.
a Steelers fan?
I am. I live in Pittsburgh currently. I grew up, born and raised here, man. So, nothing better than, carrying on the best franchise ever than in a Madden video game, that's for sure.
Dude, that's perfect. Well, we're definitely happy you're happy. That's been a theme here recently. We've been able to give people teams they're excited to use. What's kind of most exciting or appealing to you on this team? Like, obviously, they drafted the young quarterback. Maybe Madden kind of disrespected him a tad, but, they obviously have some great players throughout.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, I'm excited to use the defense, man. They're young. Outside of Hayward really being the oldest person, got a lot of good young linebackers. I'm excited to see what I can do with them offensively. Have a lot of good young players again. Offense is super young, a lot to do. I'm hopefully going to try to use Pickett. Haven't really decided too much on that yet. They did kill his rating, so I don't know. We'll have to just see how it plays out. I do plan on running the offense through Najee and just kind of hoping the defense carries for a little bit. But I think that team's like a good cornerback away from being super unreal.
Yeah, honestly,
I do have a question for you, Astro. Sorry to interrupt, Raging, but you mentioned the linebackers. You have two very good linebackers, and you're typically someone who uses a safety and a linebacker in the box. So, what is your plan? Do you plan on trading one of them, like Miles Jack, or do you plan on using both of them, which would be a surprise to me?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to see how the game plays. Beta wasn't really a testament to too much of what Madden is whenever it's released. So we'll see how it plays. The plan is right now, just like kind of hearing you guys say I have them, would be to, use both, but not against shipping one out, or moving one to outside linebacker and putting Edmonds in the box. I don't think Edmonds is good in real life, so I have a hard time using him, or trusting to use him anywhere else that's not the box, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm not using him, he's not good. So we'll see. I really would love to move. If Jack could play outside linebacker, I have no idea though.
So
I have seen him become a very good pass rusher. So maybe him next to TJ Watt could be something.
Other side, yeah, right. That's the whole thought process, man. I mean, you could think about it. The other side of my line, I have Alex Highsmith at the other outside linebacker, and he's phenomenal, you know what I mean? But still, he's young, but does he get the job done? I don't think he does. So we'll have to figure it out, that's for sure.
When you're looking at your team, like right now, are you wanting to roll with your new rookie right away? I know he's from Pittsburgh, that maybe you were a fan of his maybe even before the Steelers picked him. Is that somebody you're wanting to use?
No, I hate Kenny Pickett in real life. I thought that was like the worst pick. We were in party and we picked him on PlayStation, and I left the party. I was so angry that we picked him. I think he's fucking terrible. But as far as Madden, I'm definitely going to roll with him. Can't use Mitch. He's too old. Mason Rudolph, he's going to be the first one cut off the team. He's the worst quarterback in the league. But yeah, Kenny Pickett's the day one starter until proven otherwise, that's for sure.
Excellent. Well, and then that wide receiver group, obviously Deonta Johnson, I feel like got a deserved bump to superstar. That's somebody who I've had on my fantasy team for a couple years, and I love his route running. I feel like he has that ability to take a step and be an Antonio Brown light in that offense. If they could just get a quarterback, that's been the biggest thing holding you guys back, in my opinion.
Right.
I love defense, so I'm super jealous. The Falcons probably will never have a great defense again in my lifetime, but I get to look over across the pond at some of these AFC teams and just take joy from seeing good defense, because I hate it when offenses just run completely wild. So, I mean, your team honestly really appealed to me. I feel like, as far as being able to run and play defense, you have a good starter there. But these wide receivers, like I was starting with, you have Claypool, you have a new young rookie, you have Deonta Johnson. I mean, any of them, like, it really catch your eye, guys that you're wanting to keep around or maybe ship off?
Yeah, well, so I'll tell you this. Day one, Johnson's going to be going in the slot. I view George Pickens as the new number one wide receiver for
I like that.
I'm a big George Pickens fan. He's been having a phenomenal camp in real life, and I think he's going to have a great year. So I'm going to play him on the outside with Claypool. That's the plan. Johnson's going to be in the middle, and then I don't know how I'm going to use Calvin Austin yet. Haven't figured that out. He's the speed guy we drafted from Memphis. He's a phenomenal athlete, but he's a little small. I'm not, unless you're Tyreek Hill, it's kind of hard to use. I feel like you fumble a lot. So if we can figure out how to use him, that might help. But, as of right now, going to be rocking with those three, I do think. And then Najee out the backfield. My objective is, right, I think it's going to be more of a run game. You're going to be able to pass, but I think it's going to be more of a running game. So the bigger bodies I have out there blocking for Najee, the better.
Great.
That's kind of my method to madness, I think, going
so,
in there.
Chase Claypool mentioned he could be a top receiver in the league. Do you envision that on your team?
I think he could, man. He has better speed than Pickens. As always, speed rules all. But I don't know what the route running is really going to look like on comp. I played some games on sim, so we'll see what it's like on comp if it matters too much. I really, see Claypool maybe being more of trade bait than anything. Maybe moving Johnson back outside and Calvin in the slot. But like I said, you just got to figure it out slowly, see, what we're working with, honestly.
Yeah.
The nice thing about having those receivers is you have options.
Mm-hmm, right. Oh, 100%. I'm not worried about the offense at all. Honestly, the first thing I'm doing is trading for a quarterback. That's That's day one. I think Killer Witherspoon's going to stay, but more worried about my DB situation surrounding Minka rather than anything else.
Yeah, do you guys still have the Edmonds kid, strong safety?
Yes. Yep, Terrell. Yep.
Somebody that you maybe could bring into the box if you jettison a linebacker. Honestly, great team. It sounds like a great pairing, and on our end, I'm just happy when we give people teams that they're happy to have. I feel like that's how you keep people around in the short term, and then give them a fun league to be in, so they want to be around for the long term. So hope you'll stick with us. I do want to throw it out there. I mean, maybe you felt it, I don't know, but it's just like, I just want to say for my part, I mean, we've had beef. The administrators always like to push that with me. They try to push it on me, and I try to push back. I try to be like, nah, I don't really hate Astro, and they try to say that I do. I just want to say to your face, or at least to you in this chat, I don't hate you, man. And honestly, I'm not angry at you. I think I always run from conflict, so I feel like sometimes we did make each other angry in ways here and there.
Right.
I just want to.
Man, I will say I don't hate you either. I'm glad you brought this up. I think what people don't understand is the game is definitely a gateway for an ability to hate each other. I blame the game more than anything. I think what I used to do in Madden when I first was in MKL, I used to get mad at Madden and then I'd blame the other person I'd be playing. So that didn't really help anyone, So, yeah, I think it's definitely more or less of just figuring out, what the hell the game is and not getting mad at that, which I think I ended up doing at the end of last Madden.
Yeah, well, I mean, for my part, I just want to say I'm sorry for any beef that did come about. I think I said things here and there.
That. You guys should be in the same division.
No, I just want to say I'm sorry, man, because like I don't like that. I don't like having anybody have a perception that I'm angry or hate anybody. I want you to have a great time. I like talking to you, like your football knowledge, players that you know.
Same, yeah.
So I just want to say I'm sorry for my part.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm sorry too. I think that's good to have. I mean, I'm excited for the new Madden and new, moving on from this past Madden. I think we can all collectively say this past Madden was probably the most frustrating Madden we've played in years.
Agreed.
Nothing doing what you're supposed to do, and then people don't make it any better sometimes. You get mad and you just kind of whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. Did you guys get your teams yet or no?
We know.
So we know our teams, but they have not been released.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they'll just release with the videos. So I mean, it's I think we're both happy. We both have things that we would want to change, but that's true for most people. But overall, this is your release video. We're definitely happy that you're happy with your team. If we can give teams to somebody that likes the team, that's even better. So I hope you have fun, man.
Their hometown teams, man. I think it just kind of makes it more fun. I'm also, the only thing that's bad about it is a little less reluctant to trade, players. But
sure.
Many people have said that as well, because we've given about 10 teams to people who are fans of them in real life, and it's going to be interesting to see how trades are going to be able to go down with so many people being.
The one thing I will say, man, last thing I'll end on for you guys is I like to view myself as a realistic Steelers fan. Okay, so like when I say I'm a realistic Steelers fan, I think that no one is untouchable. I will trade my best fucking players. Like I will trade everyone. Like I really don't care that much in the Madden sense. However, there are people that I favor. Like Najee will never get traded because I love Najee, but at the same time, like people like TJ Watt, he can go, man. Like there's a whole 9 yards of it,
Dang, after our little debates.
I think TJ Watt's excellent in real life, but in Madden, man, he's 27. He's getting old, so Madden doesn't relate real life to the game at all. So that's my explanation with the rating.
Right. Well, I just want to let you know ahead of time that I did my team interview. They really tried to push that we had a hateful rivalry in my interview, and I just want to let you know I pushed back as hard as I could, and pretty much I said, hey, we had beef from time to time. He got angry, he'd apologize some, then we kind of left it angry, and I don't like that. And they were just like, no, man, you hate him. They tried to say stuff that wasn't true. So just want to let you know to look out for that when my team reveal comes out.
Maybe we can have a rivalry game whenever we play.
Hey, man. Dude, I remember, our games were always good. Obviously, I won earlier, and then you won later. Close. You kind of passed me up. Man. So it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun when we play.
Yeah, for sure. I remember I built my team just to try to compete with you.
I remember, and it did. It kicked my team's ass. I think you were. I looked back in our chat. I looked up in our chat, and I think you accidentally celebrated, and I was like high or something, and And I was like, what, man, you're up 41-17, bro, like chill, like or something stupid. But obviously you were kicking my butt, so whatever you built was good. So do more of that. I think you're gonna have success this year. It sounds like you have the right plan in place. But congrats to your team, man. This has been a Ragin' and Doc with Astro. So yeah, man, happy to have you.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right.
What's up, everyone? It is Doc and Ragin' here, back again. So we're going to be doing the AFC North predictions. You know, we got to learn about these owners, their kind of goals for their team, and how they view themselves among the league. You know, this is going to be a very tough prediction video just based off of talent and who's going to be in this division. So, Ragin', I'm going to give you the challenge of saying who you think your number one team is in this division.
You know, I may shock some people in the MKL with my pick. This is a talented division. Obviously, Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, these are all highly requested teams. And it's hard for me to look at this list. I know Fly Guy. I've had him in leagues before. I think he can definitely excel in this league, especially with the Ravens. You know, like I know Cole came in and was pretty competitive with a team that I pretty much ravaged at the end of last game's kind of yeah, anyways. And then when I look at Spit, I don't know Spit, you know Spit. That Browns team's awfully talented. And then Astro, obviously somebody I know, shared a division with here recently in the league, and he's got Pittsburgh. And honestly, I'm going to say I think Astro has the most early success in this division. I see him as somebody who dedicates himself to being good at this game. I saw him improve firsthand. I think I beat him a couple times. Then he, kind of grew his team to be able to beat me, and we were in a division, and he did. He beat me really handedly, and so I think he can do the same in this division. I think he might, be weaker at quarterback to start, but I think he does have the defense he wants. He has the running game he probably wants, and the type of style of game he's already talking about. Like, he knows how this game is going to play, and so he thinks that the Steelers will allow him to play in that fashion and succeed here early. I think that he's going to be tough out for these guys. I think these guys have very talented teams as well, and certainly it's a new game, so we don't know if Astro will be as great at this game as he was at the last. But last game, I think he went to a Super Bowl, and another game or another year he went to the conference championship. This is somebody who can succeed in the MKL, and I think he has a talented team to do it pretty early. I'm going to put Astro right there at the top of my predictions. I think he's going to win this division in year one and possibly maintain that success throughout, unless these other guys really come to play and improve him. So that's my pick. How about you? Who do you put number one, or do you agree, or do you have somebody else number one? What do you think?
Just based off my own experience, I do have to agree that Astro is probably one of the best users in MKL and maybe even that division. Only time will tell. But, that offensive line, and with that quarterback that he has, Astro's right there among some of the top GMs. But I can't get over that offensive line and quarterback. And just from a pure talent standpoint, I think I'm going to have to give it to... Man, just off of the team, I don't see how this team doesn't win. Is the Browns themselves. There's so much in play that you can trade for and be able to do with. And that offensive line is top line. Like, there's no holes anywhere in this team that I see. And then Spitz is, a prodigy of mine that I helped learn Madden. So
there you go.
I think just part of that standpoint as well, I have to root for him and want him to be number one.
Well, he certainly has a team to be able to compete. Obviously, Spit. I don't know Spit. You say that you've worked him up. I know you've you've beaten me in this league. I know that what you do in this league is tough to play against. At least for me. I know some of the guys in this league blew both of us away last year, but maybe not for you. Actually, I know you played some of them closer than I did. But as far as Spit, he's an unknown to me. But I appreciate your reasoning. They do have a much better offensive line and quarterback situation than Astro and the Steelers. And I have no idea.
I do have Astro. I have Astro as a number 2 just because of I know he's going to be able to make that team better within like 2 or 3 weeks.
Sure. Well, so we got Astro kind of accounted for in your rankings at 2, mine at 1, and it sounds like your 1 is the Browns. So we got those accounted for, but my number 2 is not going to be the Browns personally. I was kind of impressed. I felt like Cole, when he took over my team, I saw him play some competitive games with a team that I knew personally was not an easy team to succeed with unless you had some skill at Madden. And he takes over the Cincinnati Bengals, who obviously are loaded up in devs and overall just because they just went to a Super Bowl. They deserve to be boosted because they played great last year. So this is a very talented roster. I think Joey Burrow is going to complement what he wants to do really well. And I think that they have a chance to compete in this division right away. Maybe give Astro some difficult games because I think they're arguably more talented roster, even though there are some really nice pieces on the Steelers as well. But my number 2 is going to be the Bengals with Cole. I feel like they could have a good year this year with this team, and I think Cole impressed me. I think of what little I knew about him after I kind of left, and he joined down that team that I left.
Yeah, and Bengals are going to be number 3 for me. In our team overview, I had the Bengals as the best roster, just because, if you go to the Super Bowl, it's kind of your division to hold until you don't have it. And I do have faith in Cole. When I look at these teams, it's literally 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D for me. So it's literally anyone's division. But Joe Burrow, I said this before, is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. And, if you have that, you're going to be winning a lot of games. And I do have faith in Cole as well as a GM and a user. If he's going to keep the team intact, they're a Super Bowl caliber team. It all just comes down to him.
Yeah, I feel that, we obviously have kind of a similar feel. Obviously, Spit. I did not, so he jumps Cole in your rankings. I got Cole number 2. So that leaves you with your number 4 ranking. Do you want me to give my number 3 before we both give our number 4s?
I'm guessing your number 3 is going to be the Ravens because
correct. My number 3 is the Ravens. I know Fly Guy. I know him by a different name before, but he's cool with being Fly Guy in this league. And honestly, he's a competitive user. He plays his games, and he has had a lot of success running. And I love to see it. Some people may roll their eyes and be like, "Oh no, what have we done? All these new runners added to the league." But I hope that all these guys coming over from my former league just bring some passion for Madden and play their games and enjoy this league, because that's why we do this. That's why we're doing these interview reveals, and what we do as admins and whatnot. We want everybody to have a fun time here. But I see, classically, Fly Guy in our league, he'd make playoffs, and maybe other years, maybe he didn't go as far. He wasn't winning a bunch of the Super Bowls in my league then, but like I said, this is a new game, and he does, win games for sure. And this Ravens team is tough to stop. I think they may have nerfed a little bit of what you can do as a running quarterback in this game, but Lamar still is probably the one who can get away with it.
That point right there has me as number 4, because I feel like you're not going to be able to utilize Lamar's play style and escaping out of the pocket now that his escape artist is gone, and just how contains actually work now. I feel that many people are going to get this idea of like, oh, this is going to be the same Madden, and try to instantly roll out or scramble, and they're not going to be able to. So I feel like with Lamar, it's going to be a learning curve. But it seems like Fly Guy is definitely someone who's able to kind of conquer that and kind of learn this team.
Right. No, I completely agree. I think that it's a really talented division, and some guys, I know some guys, so these ratings are kind of other than maybe at the top where you have a lot of faith in Spit and Astro, and I have a lot of faith in maybe Astro and Cole. These other guys are, they're new to this league and just sort of finding their feet with this new game. So obviously number 4, I had Spit. I don't know the guy. I know that the Browns are a super talented team, and if you trained him up, I trust that I could easily be wrong putting him number 4. I could see this division changing around. Like I said, Astro was, in my opinion, a very good player in Madden 22, but this is a new game, and I look forward to any of these guys winning and having a good time and building up these already really nice teams. It's really a dogfight in this division, and that's good. That's good for the league. That's good for competition, and whoever comes in 4th in this division, man, don't give up. Don't give up. It just year 1. Try to improve, look at ways you can do things different, and keep building up your team, because it might be frustrating to have such a great team and get 4th in this division, but I promise you, one of you guys will be 4th. So stick around. One person, not everybody can win the division, not everybody can be the best guys in their division every year, but you can improve and overtake people, just like Astro overtook me late in the game last time. So it can happen for any of you guys. Really talented division, man. I'm excited to see how it actually shakes out.
Yeah, this is probably a division where it can have 3 teams come playoff time.
Is it possible now with the 7 playoff format?
Yep.
I agree. I mean, this is a really talented team in the AFC, or division in the AFC, and more power to them if they send 3. There's a lot of competition in this league. I mean, obviously, like I just said, somebody has to be 4th. Somebody's gonna have to be 32. I mean, so help me if it's me. That is going to be a tough reality for me. But if it's one of you, don't put your head down too much. Just enjoy the league, build up that team, and everybody just try to have the most fun you can. But this has been our team reveal video for the AFC North. We hope you guys have enjoyed. Do you have anything else you want to add to anything, Doc?
I think that's it.
Yeah, well, hey, everybody, thanks so much for joining us on this video. I think they're getting longer and longer, but hey, that's just the passion. Maybe we draw on and forget to look at the clock and see how long they're going. But hey, man, if you're still listening, more power to you. Hopefully our voices didn't bore you too much, or maybe we gave you the best sleep of your life. But hope you have a great year in MKL. This is Madden 23 coming up right around the corner. Hope you guys have a blast.